maybe my favorite one.
Hot.
987. Oh, hot 98.7. Is that what you're saying?
No,
It's like a radio
should have
station.
been.
Yeah, that's like a radio station. Hot 98.7. Bringing to you today's greatest hits.
WBCP.
Back to Vicky with the weather.
Welcome to the show. It is, it's very exciting because it's almost
Yes.
Louise's 40th B-Day.
That is correct. I am going to be 40. I've been saying that I'm 40 years old for a long time.
That's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
There go her glasses.
Now,
She's got on her readers.
Yes.
How's it
Officially,
feel, Golden
It feels
Girl?
great. It feels great. It feels like I don't feel 40. And then when I look at characters from classic TV that are the age, like how old all the cast of Cheers was, I feel like I'm looking great over here.
Yeah. For real.
What the hell is the deal
were
with
weathered.
I mean, like the 80s and 90s, if you hit 40 in the 80s and 90s, and you were looking 40.
I don't know. Joanna Kearns she had it going on.
Who's that?
Meredith Baxter Burney. Joanna Kearns was Who's the Boss?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes she put on her glasses, but it was like, oh.
Yeah.
She was like a naughty librarian. She was the boss.
Oh, that's funny.
No, you look great. You feel great.
I feel young.
But
feel
it is
young.
crazy to me that you are 40 because when I met you, you were just a girl.
I know. I
You
was
were a little bubby.
21 years old. I can't even believe that. Can you believe that? It's almost been 20 years that we've known each other.
No.
That's insane.
I don't like it. I mean, I like the longevity.
Right, but like where does
not the passage
where
of
does the
time.
time go? It really does fly by.
There's
And
a reason
then-
that's a cliche.
Yeah, there really is. And it really does make me feel like, so what? Who cares? Like, who gives a fuck? Just be.
It's just like,
I mean, unless you like have to give a fuck, in which case, give all the fucks.
oh, so
like the
you feel
things
like
that
you
don't
are getting a
matter.
better handle on priorities.
Yeah,
that what
the
you're saying?
the things that we should be paying attention to, the things that don't matter. Like I feel like I don't know, maybe this is where I'm at in my life, maybe it's where I live, who I'm surrounding myself with, with whatever. Whatever fucking works there. I don't know. Brain glitched.
I hate words.
Words are dumb. Who even needs them? And I just feel like way less materialistic than I used to be.
That's great.
I feel
Since we don't have any.
Yeah.
That worked out great. It's funny how that worked.
Funny how it works. Yeah. I'm like, I don't need. There's just like you slim down. You just know what.
Not a moment to. That is, but I agree with you. But that's funny. Yeah, right.
So-
I feel like good. That's good. Priorities.
Yeah.
You're happy. You're in love. You have your health.
Yes. Have my health.
You're still so beautiful.
Yeah.
You're fit.
Oh, thanks. Yep. Ugh. Fit as I can be. I went to I've learned what kind of workout classes I can go to and what kind I are not. I'm not ready to go there yet. Those ones, like I told you before, where it's like the lights are red and you're like,
It feels like an
basically
assault.
being put through, the 7 stages of hell.
Yeah.
And they're like, here's the assault bike and the murder machine and the whatever else they got, that you like basically have to sign your life away at the beginning. Like, I don't want to feel like I am dying. And then in all those classes, I feel like the worst one there, even if I'm not the worst one there in my mind. And not that even matters. Who the fuck cares? But when you've been,
You don't want to be self-conscious though.
that is a hard thing for me. And I've realized
agree.
I do
Me
not
too.
like that.
Yeah.
So instead,
Yeah.
I went to a fun class that we could call Zumba with weights. And at first, when it first started, I was like, oh my God, is this going to be what have I signed myself up for? And then by the end of it, I was so like exhausted and sore. My entire body was sore, but it was like me and the like other women who are probably experiencing perimenopausal symptoms.
Yeah.
Who also
the prime timers
were excited that Bad Bunny was at the halftime show. That's the kind of crowd. And I was there for that. And it was fucking awesome. And it was the best. And I'm pretty sure there's somebody in that class who might be a pole dancer because she wore heels to that class.
Shut the front door.
I think she is a stripper. So I'm doing stripper workouts. And
my God,
their bodies are looking
good. What kind of heels like?
Like a sensible a sensible block heel, but definitely heels.
What a strange choice.
And they were knee-high boots.
Oh my word.
Over leggings. Looking good.
I don't even think they would
with
allow
long
that
hair
at my
down
gym.
And had like good moves with the whole thing. I was like, fucking A, that is
your gym is so accepting.
Yeah. I mean, they fit all the closed-toed shoes. Like they don't say your heel can't be this height.
Mine
they were sensible.
Rules. Okay. Oh yeah, right. It was a block.
It was a block heel. Yeah, not a stiletto. That would be crazy. But she was doing all the moves I was in heels.
When I went out for Valentine's Day with Kelly and the gays, I wore heels because I had heels with hearts all over them. And it's Valentine's Day. So
when else are you going to wear those? Hello.
Yeah, I was so excited to wear them. And I mean, I truly have never gotten more attention in my whole life. And they had so many questions just about the shoes.
Well, now I have questions about the shoes.
I mean, it was like, what kind are they? How much were they? Which the answer is $45.
That's a great deal.
It was. But they were just like, do you walk around your house like that? There was a lot of like, why are you
I'm going to need to see these shoes.
Trust me, they're normal. Yeah. It was a funny conversation, though, because we were talking about how, on Brain Candy, we were talking about the Zodiac killer case.
Yes.
And how it's essentially been solved. Mm-hmm. And I had asked one of the lesbians, what was your favorite serial killer? And she said Zodiac. And I'm like, well,
I got good news for you.
Right. I'm like, can you believe they solved it? And Raymond, who's a big fan of Brain Candy, was like, they did. And I'm like, you just heard that from me. It's just like an echo, really. And then she's like, no. And then I pulled up the article and she said, this says may have solved. And I'm like, yeah, well, I mean,
but
he's dead. And it's like, they're not going to put it on trial. Like it's like, it's like OJ Simpson where, okay, technically it's not solved, but I think we can all agree who did it. And then she and her wife both were like, yeah, you mean OJ's son? And I was like, what are you talking about?
Is that a theory?
Well, first of all, I got mixed up because I thought they meant his son with Nicole Brown, who was like 4 at the time.
That's what I thought he meant. Like, I didn't know. I was like, what are we talking about?
Trying not to be mean, but I was like, really? You think that kid...
Oh, so that's why the glove didn't fit.
Yeah. It was too big.
It was a child's glove.
Right. And they were like, no, his son with his first wife, his name is Jason. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the evidence? And they were like, oh, we don't know.
What? And what's the motive?
Did you hear this? TikTok.
Right. Oh, no.
I don't know where this has come from.
You mean to tell me they got a new suspect in the OJ case, but didn't hear about case solved of the actual suspect with the real case that,
It's just a good reminder that, like, a lot of the times you think, like, okay, we all can agree on certain things.
Oh, no, we can't
agree on OJ or something. Nope. We're all different.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, so what are you going to do for your birthday, though? We didn't finish talking about that.
Oh, well, okay, what am I doing for my birthday? I am going to a little bit of a lot, kind of like I like a buffet
of fun.
Yes. I'm going to a comedy show. My mom got tickets to
Why are you being secretive about who the artist?
Because I can't fucking remember her name, Jackie something. But my mom loves her, and I like her too. She's great. But it's funny because she does a lot of comedy that's made for like an older female audience. Like there are jokes about menopause and stuff, which is like fun that my mom gives me this. And now she always comes to Denver around this time of year. So for the last 2 or 3 birthdays, I've seen her when she's come to town. So it's been great. And then I'm gonna have dinner at the little restaurant before, and if it's at this comedy club, if you have dinner at the restaurant before, then they sit you like right in the front row.
You love that.
I do love that. Yeah. And because I like to laugh, and I'm always laughing, I feel like I don't want to interrupt them. I don't like sitting in the front because I want to make it about me. I don't want them to talk to me. I'm a hype woman. I just want them to know that I think they are hilarious.
Yes. Yeah, and it is contagious. You have a very
I'm hoping. When I went to go see Beth Stelling the last time, shout out to Beth. She messaged me and she was like, "It was great to hear your laugh." And then I was like, "I know that she could hear me from behind this, from backstage.
We all hear it.
There's Sarah." So I can't help it. So I like doing that. So I'm gonna go see her, and then I'm going to go to that place that we like, the Hangar 101, which is the fun like sports bar that has bowling and pool and air hockey and all those kind of fun things.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go visit my mom in Costa Rica.
That's so great.
Which was originally supposed to be a fun visit of us going there to just hang out by the beach. And then this gal had to go get by this gal, I mean my mother, had to go have a emergency surgery for a hernia. So now I may be going down there to play nurse.
Well, she's lucky to have you.
She claims she's going to be doing backflips by the time I'm there.
Hey, if anybody could do
it, that's Allie.
I hope she's right about that.
I do too, but we wish her all the healing and good vibes.
It's funny because I would put her in the category of somebody who's in excellent health.
Excellent health.
But yet there are like these anomalies that happen that are not indicative of a bigger sense of wellness, but like are a problem for, her life and ease of movement.
Right. So
best wishes. I hope she makes a speedy recovery.
Yes. But those are my birthday plans.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where is the little girl I carried? Where is... I mean,
I love that.
Oh, yeah, that's called Sunrise Sunset, if you're wondering.
Sunrise, sunset.
I'm going to keep singing that.
It is. My mom used to sing that to me. She would do the same thing. Because
I feel like your mom in some ways,
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, big sister who like has taught me all the things. Like, this is what you're going to need to know. This is like big sister important
the blind
stuff.
Leading the blind.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just crazy to me that you would be 40 because 40 is not youthful.
I know.
You are youthful, but that age
and then
I
keep seeing all of these clips, like I think it was like the U.S. women's hockey team. Mm-hmm. They asked them, like, what year are you
born
in if you're old?
I hate when they say that. It's all in this millennium.
It's all 20 years old, younger, whichever, than I really am. Like after I was born. So I'm like, Jesus, wait till you hear my number. When I hear that, what really shows my age now is how far I have to scroll on that thing when you're picking your age out.
That's really adding insult to injury. They should do it in reverse.
Nope, still not there. Close. Yeah, there we go.
Don't you think that if they had any sense, they would make the younger people's at the bottom because their fingers are more limber?
Yeah.
We have been through enough. They should make the oldest first.
Yeah.
Start at
120.
Just start at 1900.
1900.
Like birth.
Then scroll up from there. You guys got to scroll. Yeah, reverse.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's because it's rude and it rubs it in.
Yeah, and then I'm in the next checkbox. You know, it used to be like 35 to 39.
Yeah, I had that yesterday.
40 to, and I'm like,
guess
okay,
what? Yesterday I was in 45 to 54. I wanted to vomit.
54. Oh my God. What was the other one I did? I went to, I think it was this was when when I first started dating, like maybe 2 years ago. And there was like a queer dating meetup or something. And I was in the older age group. And I was like, I don't want to date 65. Like, what?
You're like an elder lesbian.
I was not ready to be in that age group. But I'm very, very happy that I have found love. And I am feeling young at heart. And yeah. And you know, it's been very inspiring. What? This, I gotta say, seems like the oldest year of Olympians.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to just go out and make a blanket statement that says this is the oldest, crop of athletes we've had. But it sure as heck feels like that, especially ones that are winning.
Yeah.
You know, the woman who won bobsled or mono bobsled. She was in her 40s.
I really thought they were joking when they kept saying that.
I was like one person in the bobsled.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then there was the ice skater who's 42 who came back after retirement. And I think she won some medal or something. The snowboarder guy who's like 44. I'm loving this. I'm like, heck.
Yeah, justice
I
for
still
elders.
have Olympic years left in the tank.
Olympic years.
Yeah. Feeling good.
Well, I, on the other hand, when I had to answer those questions about my age, you know how I participate in that longitudinal study?
Yes.
And I had to do that thing where you prick your finger and get blood, which, by the way, that fucking hurts.
Yeah, ow.
I mean, it's bruised.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's these people in the Olympics, and I'm like, but I have a black and blue mark on my finger.
Oh my God, some of the things I've seen. Whew, yeah, the Olympics, terrible.
And then I had to do a urine sample, but I was doing it at home, and it's over Zoom, so they send you your whole kit, and you got to do it. And this poor guy, shout out to Chris from McGee Women's Hospital. He had to walk me through this nightmare, and I went in to make my deposit. Yeah. And I was so happy that I had enough pee for it, because sometimes it's I don't even know if I have enough in it.
And you got to do the whole catch it midstream.
It's
that
a lot.
Start and stop. You got to, the whole thing.
Yeah. And you never know how much to put in there.
Yeah.
You don't want to look weird.
And I think I can speak for both of us when I say it doesn't always squirt in the direction.
Yeah,
you think it's
I have flaps.
I know. I
things can go this way and that,
and both sometimes.
Well, I had a successful catch, and then promptly spilled it everywhere.
No, Susie, that is out of a movie. That is always my worst fear. And then I always think that's never going to happen because that doesn't happen to people. Turns out. Oh, no. I am so glad we have this podcast where we can normalize the things that come with just being a person.
That's what this does.
I hope, yes, it will, because I know one of our listeners is just dying right now because they just did this last week. And they're a nurse. Yes. You're doing the Lord's work by
So I had to come back into the Zoom and be like, good news, bad news. So I had enough to collect. And then he's like, is there any left in there? I'm like, not one drop, Chris.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
But you know what? And then he said, well, it happens. And I'm like,
does it?
I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse.
Right.
To be honest with you. To whom? Nobody normal.
Yeah, you say that to all the girls.
I should have been like, how many times? How many times has that happened?
Yeah.
And the new mom-to-be study from 13 years ago, Chris. How many? Are you going to put that in my file?
God. So this was somebody who was specifically from the longitudinal study, not like a doctor who was just, or not like a guy who's just collecting this. he does all the test.
Yeah, he's a part of
this
study.
did not happen often. This definitely doesn't happen often. This isn't this regular bread and butter. He's just he's a nice guy.
They've been asking us, all the people in the study, for years to come into the hospital and do these tests, get the blood work and do the urine. And like, I wanted to, but like on any given day, you don't want to drive down to the hospital and do any of that shit. So they had to relent and get an option where you could get the box sent. And now I know why they did not want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
because it's dumbasses like me that can't handle the pressure or something.
And I always think like, man, they don't need this much of an explanation whenever I go give the urine sample. And I actually think they do.
There's always like a story. Well,
and I've absolutely put it on the wrong shelf before, so.
Yeah.
I get very nervous in those moments. And there's
a lot of instructions.
And I don't know if I've ever done it without a little, getting some pee on my hand.
It's hard not to.
It's going to drip down the side. Like, it's just.
It's unnatural.
Yeah.
I'll tell you it is natural. And that is so many of the foods that come in my Hungry Root box.
Well, that is actually very true and a really good segue.
Thank you. Even though it was about, you know what?
Yeah.
It's still pretty good.
And I also think it's important to talk about how it's for maybe a woman on the go.
Yeah, it is, because I'm sick of having to plan meals. I'm sick of having to go to the grocery store. And Hungry Root is the perfect combo of meal delivery and grocery shopping right to your door.
It feels like every time I go to the grocery store, things are getting more and more and more expensive.
Yes.
And I come out with less and less. Like, I spent $125 the other day, and I'm like, what did I get?
Buy? A block of cheese?
No joke. I honestly think it was like 4
we were
things.
Just talking about
I'm like,
that.
This is insane.
It's insane.
So I love that with my Hungry Root box.
Yeah.
I know that I'm getting tons of meals. They're already planned for me. I can get it like really easy.
Pantry
just like pop
staples.
in the microwave kind of meals, or like real quick.
You made
15-minute meals.
Charcuterie board for your girls' weekend too.
Yes,
with all the like various.
They have a whole bunch of snack items and really good snack things. So I used that for Valentine's Day. Ordered up a bunch of like extra little snacky items and made a great charcuterie plate.
It's really nice to keep on hand, and their desserts, like we get the chocolate stuff, but it's really chickpea, the brownie.
Yep. Oh, that's my favorite stuff.
And like the cookie dough that's not really cookie dough. It's really, really yummy.
Yeah.
It's great if you have kids. At least it is for me, because it's healthy and, quick and easy, and he grabs it and loves it. You're going to love Hungry Root as much as we do. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box. Plus, get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/braincandy and use code braincandy. That's hungryroot.com/braincandy, code braincandy, to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. Really nice food.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. I've said too much. I would love to talk to you about the America's Next Top Model documentary.
Oh, please. Yes. God, some things are coming out that just seem not good.
I know.
I mean, it was always bad, but I think their documentary to try to save face made it fucking worse.
I know. Like, it's surprising to me that this is the Netflix one. It's surprising to me that they persuaded Tyra and then the whole panel, Jay, Miss J, and then Nigel and whoever else to. I miss Janice. She was not in it. Is she alive?
Yeah, but she
should be on our death pool. Where's Janice?
She's still.
She looked rough 20 years ago
at models and telling them they're not walking right.
I mean, she was a great reality villain.
Oh,
I'll give her that.
She's a perfect reality villain.
But eek. It's bad though when she's not even really the problem of the show.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, what did you see? What were you most surprised by?
Well, first of all, I got to admit it. I hate the word triggering, but it kind of was for me. Because a lot of these gals were, I was 18 when I was cast on Road Rules. A lot of them were very young when they were cast on Top Model. Yeah. And they were very similar to me in the way that they were hoping would be their ticket to something bigger than what their circumstances would have predicted. Mm-hmm. So maybe like they were from Arkansas or something. And it was like, I would never go to New York and model. So I'll try out for this show, even though it's kind of corny and whatever, because, hey, you never know.
It's your ticket out of there. Right.
And it was unlike most, like Survivor or even The Challenge, there was not a promise of a career. Right. It was prize money. Yeah. But Top Model sort of, explicitly said you were going to get a modeling contract.
Top modeling contract.
Yeah.
That was in the intro.
And it felt like a career, not just a prize. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of them bought into that. And that was, at minimum, it didn't end up being true and maybe was a lie to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, and then of course,
the whole absolutely it was. So many, you can see how even the... I think they were supposed to get some kind of contract with CoverGirl. Yeah. That was a way for CoverGirl to have free publicity and market. That whole thing was an ad for when they would do we're doing a CoverGirl photo shoot right now. I bet that they were able to say, well, technically we did give you that because we had CoverGirl present and took that contract wouldn't even allow, not wouldn't allow, but it doesn't, it isn't implying that there's work out afterwards. It almost says, we lived up to our end of the bargain by just you appearing on this show.
I think you're right.
That's what it feels like.
It felt when I was watching it, like what you're saying, it was disingenuous.
Yeah.
By design.
Absolutely. And that they could take those photos there. It's almost like double dipping in a way. Like you're filming the commercial during the TV show that then you're going to take stills from and use in the print ad a few months later. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to pay her for the print ad because that's technically
from the other thing.
Yes. And that's just exploitative and taking advantage of just selling them on something that you're not really delivering on.
Yeah. And I think it was just striking. I think Tyra is a snake, and I think she is completely self-interested and self-motivated and really doesn't give a shit about anybody else.
It is shocking.
But it's fun to watch her attempt to seem more caring or big-hearted than I think we can all agree she is.
Yeah.
I just wonder, is anyone buying this load of bullshit?
Oh, now I want to watch it. I've only seen
have
clips
to watch
of it.
it.
Now I have to watch it.
Because I really do feel like it's important because of our background.
Yeah.
Because I do find the debate interesting about what you're signing up for. It's a reality show. I mean, there is an element of that, and I think that's a fair conversation to have. Mm-hmm. But you can't have it both ways, and that's what the producer Ken Mock, who was working in tandem with Tyra, tried to do. So when one of the contestants had a experience where they were in Italy and the guys that had driven them on the little motorbike thingies, mm-hmm. They invited them back to the house that night, and she had a boyfriend, but they got wasted because they're not eating either, right?
Right.
But then okay, we're gonna have wine, and now you're 2 pounds,
right?
anyway, so she drank too much. She's hooking up with this guy she doesn't know and then blacks out. And they film the whole thing. And then they asked this Ken Mock producer about it. And he's like, and she's in it too. And she's crying about
having her sexual assault filmed.
That's right. And I really appreciate you calling it that because that is what it is.
That is what that is.
And they know it.
Yeah.
But they can't say that.
If you, we know what the rules. I mean, I would go backwards with him. I would say, what's involved in consent? Tell me the elements of consent.
And who was like paying attention to that on
mutual, ongoing, vocal, enthusiastic, sober. Those are the elements of consent that are necessary. Did that pass that test?
The producer said, why didn't anyone intervene? Or like, what is the protocol about intervention by the producers and stuff? And that's when they pull the old line of bullshit that you and I are very familiar with, which is that we consider this a documentary. Oh, do you?
That's not, nope, you can't have it both ways.
You consider this competition show a documentary?
That says that the producers can change the outcome.
Change the rules.
Yes. To
edit things however they want.
That's not a documentary anymore, sir.
That's a competition show, and I would like to see the contract, because which is it in there?
Yeah, which is it?
Which is it, Ken? Because Ken Mock would like to pretend like he's Ken Burns. Mm-hmm. And I say, bullshit.
I agree.
What about if he started stabbing her with a knife? Would you intervene then?
Yeah, good fucking point. Yes. Thank you.
Where's the line? Exactly. Mm-hmm. You, sir, know there's a line. What you're telling me is you're fine with him doing that because it didn't cross your line.
God,
so just own that. Just own that.
I mean, do we need yet another example of how we live in a rape culture?
And I get it. It was 20 years ago and we were different back then. They love saying that. Things were different back then. They weren't that different.
They're not different. I'm sick. I'm ill.
We all knew what that was then. I'm like, hey, watch this thing that's going to make you want to blow your brains out. But it's because it does help me. It's insightful.
I know. It is. It is, and it's important to. I think it's important to be aware, as if you're a parent and you think that watching something like The Challenge or The Real Housewives or anything like that on TV isn't sending some messages that may be too nuanced for a younger audience. Mm-hmm. And to just be aware of that and maybe have conversations or maybe not watch those kind of things. Like, I think about how I feel about, like, how it feels like if I go on like a binge watch, if I binge watch like Real Housewives, I honestly feel like it changes my brain.
I can see that.
I honestly feel...
start to adjust, like you calibrate to it. Yeah.
That like, maybe I'm going to be a little more suspicious of people's motivations. Or maybe I'm going to be like, is this person talking about me? None of these things... The same thing happened when I binge watched The Sopranos. I was like, everybody's fucking plotting against me.
Forget about it.
Yeah. So I just like it's important to recognize the way that those shows are sending messages, that even if we are aware of what we're seeing, it still can, filter through. And I kind of think of like, in like the like North Korea, they play like the tapes, like this songs or soundtracks or whatever. Yes, because it'll get in your head.
Because our brains are sadly pretty malleable.
Yes. And so I think about the way that we consume this, even in on social media, on everything, and just how our brains will change to become suspicious of other people, to not trust other people when everything is a competition, but they sell it to you as a documentary. That's a fucking problem, because that tells us, oh, this is how it really is. Maybe I do need to be cutthroat and like, or somebody is trying to take advantage of me and then exploit me. And am I making sense? Maybe I'm just rambling.
No, it's true. It's like, be careful, little eyes, what you see. I mean,
yes, that's what I think.
It's that simple. But I just would prefer it if they were like, boy, did we miss the mark on that. Boy, did we mess up. I wish we wouldn't have done that.
Tyra Banks will fucking never. She is I think she fits that, like, that narcissism. Like, I don't ever see her taking accountability for anything. I can't remember any clip of this. She's the classic, I'm sorry for this, but I don't think there's ever been an
non-apology every time.
For fucking sure.
Yeah. And every person that I know that has been on that show, they won't say it on the air, but they will say off the air, she's a narcissist. I know everyone calls everybody that, but like, this is a woman who has a complete tunnel vision for her own interests.
It's really.
And I think we all have seen the evidence of that. Yeah. And like, you know what was fun to watch though, is like all the people that like thought they sort of justified their behavior on the show. So like all the panelists like Jay, Alexander and Nigel and all these people who like observed her making these girls feel like garbage. And we're like, I don't know. Is it my place to intervene? It's not my place. It's not my I'm so sick of that phrase. It wasn't my place. Then they get screwed by her. They get backstabbed by her.
Yeah.
And can't believe it.
Right.
They think they're safe.
What are we doing? I just hate that is we don't need more of that. We need togetherness and connection. And I just am like,
I'll tell you what we do need more of, and that is therapy.
Yes.
Oh,
everyone, get it. Use our code. Just spam all of these celebrities with the BetterHelp code and our link, because Lord knows they all need it. We all need help.
And this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp, and we are happy to have them because Lord knows we need it, you need it, everyone needs it. Tyra needs it.
Yes.
I mean, because we're all human, and it's really hard out there for, what do they say, a gangster?
A pimp.
It's hard. It's hard out there, whether you've been on a reality show or not.
Right.
And it's relationships and your job and the stress of life and grief and your partner's driving you up the wall, whatever it is. And you will be able to take, it's sort of like a quiz where you put in like what you're interested in a therapist. They have like a match system. And if they don't match you with someone that's a good match, you can switch and they will help you until you find the right one. There are over 30,000 therapists. It's the world's largest online therapy platform and a gazillion reviews. Everyone's raving it about it. And they have a deal for our show. Your emotional well-being matters. Find support and feel lighter. Oh, I love that idea. In therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/braincandy. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/braincandy. Yes. That is a great word because it is nice.
That is always what I hear from my clients after.
That's great. What a compliment.
It feels lighter. That, You know?
Well, because then they're not carrying the load themselves.
Yeah,
right?
and I always say 100 pounds is 100 pounds. Life's problems are going to hit us, but that 100 pounds feels much lighter when we've practiced and we have strengthened you and get your muscles really strong.
Yeah.
And then you pick it up and it feels like light work because you're so strong. And that's what therapy does. It helps you get real strong to pick up that weight.
That's a good reminder. So give it a whirl.
Yeah. I feel all of these gals from that show can really use some therapy. I can't imagine that they had good mental health care, especially at the time, for any of these gals. And this is really just the population that I want to be working with the most, and that I really feel lucky that I have the experience that I have to be able to help in a special way, because it is so unique to be on a reality show and have to be so vulnerable and then so but also so excited and so enthusiastic about this thing that you really want to be a part of. And you see it, like you said, as your leg up and your ticket out of the situation you're in. It can be that. So in one way you can hold it. We talk about this all the time, where in one part of your heart you're like, oh my gosh, this is so great, this connected me to all these new opportunities. But
you know what, Sarah, what do you think of this? I was thinking about how people often have a reaction when we share some of the downsides of being on reality TV. And there's this sense of judgment that we aren't grateful enough for the good things about it and stuff. And you should be thankful that you got that opportunity kind of deal. And I was thinking about how let's say you're in a car accident and everyone knows that sucks. But something the paramedic that came was ended up being your husband or something. Yeah. So it's there was a silver lining out of this, a really bad thing. Right. And people love those things. They love a silver lining story. Yeah. They do not seem to respond as well about let's say you win the lottery and then bad things came from it.
Yes.
And so you're glad you won the lottery, but hey, which is what we try to do about reality TV. We're there's so many great things, especially in my life, so much of the good stuff in my life came from reality TV, but we're always but just so you know, here's some garbage about it that are problems. People are how dare you? It's the reverse silver lining.
I can totally see why that it makes sense if the first thing was something that the other person could imagine themselves wanting.
That's right.
The other person can't imagine themselves wanting a car accident.
No.
So
but if they want to win the lottery,
the good things can come from that, because it's oh wow, what a positive thing that came from this thing that I wouldn't have wanted. But the idea of negative things coming from
something that they want would want.
That's gotta. There's gotta be something that the brain does to minimize risk. Well, and we know this. I'm thinking back to all these studies. It's the same kind of idea as what happens when the people who are cigarette smokers, you tell them, or give them all the stats. And you think, okay, this is the likelihood. And there's always this thought of, well, it's not going to happen to me. Sure. The bad thing isn't going to happen to me. We downplay the likelihood of negative things occurring, but we overestimate the likelihood.
And I think that they think, even if they believe us, even if they believe a lottery winner really did suffer in certain ways because of their win, they still think, shut up about it.
Or they think there's something that you did wrong that made it so you suffered through that. Well, you messed up, and had I been given the opportunity, I wouldn't make those same mistakes. I know better. And so I would just get to enjoy all the good things out of it because I wouldn't have
I wouldn't
X,
be
Y,
an
and Z.
idiot. Yeah.
Impossible. You can't. I wish. I'm telling you, I couldn't have been more set up to know what I grew up with my parents saying, don't go into the film industry. Whatever you do, don't go into this business. It's full of horrible people who want to take advantage of people. It's
the whole system
what
is
do they always say?
designed
Feast
for
or famine.
Yeah.
And they're absolutely going to take advantage of and like prey on good things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, did you see the article in, I think it was New York Magazine about EMDR?
I feel like it. I saw the headline, but I don't know if I read it.
I don't want to touch it.
I think it was something about like, I think it said, do EMDR clinicians even know what they're doing? Like, know why it works?
Does your therapist even know what EMDR is?
Yes.
Or whatever.
And I am lucky that I went to a training where the person who trained me was really into talking about what neurologically is happening in the brain and giving us all the books to understand what's going on and why this works.
Yeah.
But in the actual training, a lot of it was like, you just got to trust the process and it's therapy magic. And so
can you define it?
EMDR?
Yeah, like for if someone's like, what the fuck is that?
Okay, so EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And what it does is it's a way to stimulate both hemispheres of the brain with either a light bar or a little sensor things that you hold that will buzz at a speed, and the speeds really matter. And your brain holds memories in different areas of the brain. I can almost think of your brain as like a file cabinet. And when you experience trauma or when you experience even like a negative experience as a child, it could be very like minor. Like say you got called up, you raised your hand in class when you were in second grade, and you get called up to the board, and you are really nervous about writing the answer on the board, and you write it, and you get the letters mixed up, and everybody in class laughs at you, and maybe the teacher says like, "Oh, next time," and you in there learned, I'm stupid, I can't do it. And so there's this belief of I'm stupid, I can't do it that's created. And it's almost like your brain takes, in that file cabinet, it opens up for the About Me section and puts a big old red piece of paper in there that says, I am stupid and I can't do it. And so then anytime your brain in the future, now, 20 years later, however many years later, it goes to solve a problem. And your brain, the secretary in your brain, opens up that file cabinet and it pulls out the About Me file and it goes, oh, well, first up, you're stupid. So you should know that before you solve this problem. And you get that wave of like, I can't do it. And you feel like a little kid again. And you maybe mess up and you do a problem that you should have gotten right. And that's like just a minor example. But so what EMDR will do is it helps to go back in that file cabinet with a therapist that's like the ultimate reorganizer. And we can go and find that file and then look at that file, look at the experience that created that little paper that went in that file, and look at it from adult eyes. Look at it through the lens, not of the age where it happened, where you planted that memory and created that file or created that page in that file, but instead as the adult who can understand that kids make mistakes, that of course there were a lot of pressure on you. Maybe also that day you didn't have lunch because you were you forgot, you know, you have ADHD and you forgot your lunch at home. So you didn't even have the brain power to be able to answer that. And you start to have this like compassion and understanding, and you can go in and give love to that little child, and it takes that page and it like rips it up and puts it in the shredder. And so then when you have experiences in the future and your brain goes to pull out the about me section, it doesn't have that page in there that says I'm an idiot. You might remember that one time that page was in there, but you're not affected by.
Yeah, it's a memory, like, not defining.
Yes. And it is. I have seen it. It's worked for me. I do this with my clients. I watch it work every day. It is so effective. And when the client understands what's going on, when the therapist can execute it very well, when you follow the structure. And if you're interested in this, email me at sarah@solutionsoc.com, and I will absolutely.
She has a whatever it is, certification or whatever it is.
Yes.
In it.
Yes.
But yeah, and studies show that it is not just sort of hocus pocus, that it is effective, and it is shown to be effective through all, like, so many studies, not just like this one was like, it said it's great. Right. But I feel like what the article was trying to illustrate too was that there are people that don't know how it works, and it is important to know how it works, as Sarah does. And that there is also a divide in amongst professionals about what is causing it to work. So some of the experts that they were discussing believe in that bilateral stimulation scenario where the different parts of your brain are stimulated in a way that, I don't know.
Yeah, allows for reprocessing to happen in like a different part.
So like if you are getting that stimulation through the paddles or that eyeball thing, or like sometimes if you even go for a walk or whatever, while meditating on this idea, that can be helpful in reprocessing. Then there's these other people who are sort of like pushing back, and who knows? I mean, some of this might be just like ambitious people wanting to make their mark in the field. It's just hard to know.
Right.
But they say BLS, which is the bilateral stimulation, is BS. And they go with something called the working memory model, which is the belief that it's harder to do two things at once. And that in EMDR, we bring up traumatic memories to our working memory. And then if we do another task at the same time, those tasks start to compete with the other. And then without your full focus on that painful memory, the intensity diminishes.
I can understand that. I think,
All right.
Good topic of conversation. Love that.
I do too. Yeah. And I think it works. And I really love if you're interested in MDR. At EMDR, Sarah is the gal to talk to, but also like people are stupid. Like other therapists, like are too narrow-minded.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing. You know those gals that like say they didn't know they were pregnant, and then like next thing they know they're like farting out a baby in the toilet. Like, somehow.
Yeah.
And like that makes no sense, right? Like,
it made no sense until there was, I don't know if it's like I knew someone. I had a situation where like I knew somebody who this happened to, or something like that. Something this was a while back. We were friends. We talked about this.
Yes, it's ringing a bell.
I can't remember what it is, but after that I was like, oh shit. Yeah. I actually do see how this could happen.
Yeah.
And it had something to do with her getting pregnant right after she had just had a baby.
Oh God,
like, and
hell.
not thinking that she could have gotten pregnant.
And so her body's still fucked up.
The body is still, and she
yeah.
thought, well, I wasn't having my period. And then I talked to my doctor about it. And then I think there was even like a pregnancy test that said it was like wild shit like that.
Yeah.
Where I thought,
we should be more forgiving about these people.
Now I understand. It was the one story where I was like, okay, I get it now.
Well, I watched this interview with this couple who this happened to, and they were a British couple, and they had gone to Canada on holiday, and like when you fly across the ocean, you're like jet lagged and stuff, and she didn't feel great. I mean, she wasn't feeling great, but like she thought it was just jet lag or whatever. She like took a nap or whatever, but then like that night, she just didn't feel so good, and she went into the bathroom, and the lights off. You know when you keep the lights off to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
And then she gave birth to her baby that she didn't know she was pregnant with. And this is a woman who, if you looked at her, this isn't like, like she was a size where it would have hidden it in, like nothing made sense, where you're like, how the
how did you have a baby in there and not notice?
And it really was annoying in the sense that like now you have a baby and you're out of the country.
Oh my God.
And like they had to stay there for like 5 weeks to get a passport. And now this baby is Canadian.
I was just going to say that baby has Canadian citizenship. What?
Yeah. And they were saying how nice that the Canadians were. They're like, this is one of us. And they were like real sweet about it or whatever. But when I was listening to her describe how this happened, it really made me feel bad for judging people for not knowing, because our bodies are dumb and weird sometimes.
Yep.
She was getting her period and stuff.
That's it. Sometimes people get it. And that's fucking crazy.
And she had always been irregular. So, like, I don't know how many times she got it during her pregnancy, but she got it enough to not think anything of it. And she hadn't felt any movement. And then the doctors had said there was something about the placenta or whatever, the positioning that had prevented her from feeling the movement of the baby and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, why am I being such an asshole about these gals? I mean, clearly sometimes weird stuff happens.
Totally.
But I just think, like, can you imagine? No. This poor husband, too, was in the hotel room with their other child. Oh, my God. And his wife goes to go to the bathroom.
Oh, my God. You come out and you're like, surprise. I could not imagine.
He said this baby comes out into the toilet and then starts crying. And this dad's like thinking it's out in the hall. You know how like when there's like an annoying family near you in the hotel room? And then he was like, wait a minute, that's in our room. Can you imagine?
I want to see this interview just to hear them talk about this story.
And the interviewers were like, and what did you think? And he said, this baby, they called Olivia. And I can't remember all the names in order, but it's like Olivia, May, and then I forget what the third like name was, and then the last name is Green, but the initials are OMFG. He's like, there is a reason why her initials are OMFG.
That's really funny.
I mean, at least that they're in.
I think you're allowed to make the initials OMFG if it's a situation like that. Like, that's so perfect. That's such a good.
God bless them.
And I would get OMFG on all of my luggage, on all, like, I would lean so hard into that. Yeah. That's really cute.
Like, the baby was there in the interview and was like real laid back, and you could see how like maybe this baby in there was just chilling.
I feel like this baby is. I'm interested to see what kind of kid what kind of person this baby grows up to be, because they may either be like.
And she was older like me. She was like 45.
Yeah, you would. Your period.
And you're just sort of like, things are weird and you don't know what your body's doing half the time.
That sounds like a crazy story. If you're ever somebody who's like, you have period, like every time you get your period, you think you're pregnant. You take a pregnancy test 1,000,000 times. So it totally sounds crazy. How could I not know you're pregnant? But then all it takes is hearing one story and you're like, oh, actually, I am an asshole for thinking like that. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. That there are many situations in which you might not know you were pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's hard to imagine if you have like a traditional scenario.
Right.
But then when you hear it, you're like, oh.
And a lot of scenarios aren't traditional. A lot of people's bodies do weird things.
I wish them the best. But anyway, I just want to tell that story.
Good story.
But anyway, Sarah's going to be 40 and is adorable. And she is like the coolest 40-year-old that I ever knew. And I love that. Oh, and thanks, we're super old, though, and we're mad about it at the same time.
I mean.
And then you got to watch the Top Model doc on Netflix. I hear there's a second one, too, coming out.
Yeah.
That is without Tyra, so I'll be watching that one, too.
Yeah. That's the one I want to see.
And then EMDR, rave reviews from people that have tried it.
Yep.
But scholars are like in a hot debate about it.
Right. Also, can I add one more thing about that?
Yeah.
I think they're also pissed because this was created by a woman.
That's true. I was reading about her.
So
they're just like, you got it wrong.
I think that if this were a man,
actualing her.
I think
like,
I think that's a little bit of a thing. As soon as you said academics, I was like, oh wait, I think this is some men wanting to get in on.
Oh, interesting.
So just to throw that out there, I wonder if how many of them did it with like some theory that some dude created.
Yeah,
I don't see anyone
really
poo-pooing like the Gottman whatever.
Yeah, because she came up with it, and then all these, because the ones they talked to were men. We're like, well, actually,
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Thank you for saying that. I never would have thought of it, and I think you might be onto something.
Yep,
there.
It's with a bunch of dudes who call themselves psychotherapists because they don't want to say therapists. Like, just watch.
Because that's what Howard goes to, Howard Stern.
That's the same as me. But men will call themselves psychotherapists because it sounds fancier, and women will call themselves. Why don't you do
it?
Well, I could. It's the same thing.
Do it. I'm going to start calling you that.
Yeah, I'm a psychotherapist. All that is saying you're a therapist for the head.
I guess I never thought about what is the difference.
No, none. We're labeling it. Like it's like a
to be like we're brainy therapists.
Yes. Because if I just say therapist, a lot of people nobody ever assumes I'm a mental health. They always
have to start calling yourself a psychotherapist.
Yeah, I say it when I introduce myself to men. When I say to men, I always say I'm a psychotherapist.
Yes. We have to start saying this.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Watch.
And I've never heard of a woman call themselves that.
Watch this. I noticed this in grad school. I started talking about this. Male therapists will always call themselves. And you know where else you hear it? If you listen to Wait, Don't Tell Me, anytime a man calls in who's a therapist he's always a psychotherapist. And I'm always like, same as me, but he can't call himself a marriage and family therapist, or he's not or a licensed professional counselor or whatever. They all call themselves psychotherapists.
I'm outraged.
So I could do that too. Same.
Why? You have to.
Right. I do to men. It's the same thing.
No, do it to everyone. Okay. I mean, do it to whoever you want. But I mean.
What are you, a psychotherapist? Because
that's outrageous.
Yeah. I know.
Because Howard always says that. He goes to a psychotherapist. And I was like, why is he saying that?
It's a regular therapist. It's just men.
I thought it was just like they charge more.
No.
Because I'm sure he does.
I mean, he could be going to a psychodynamic therapist, which is a type of therapy, but that's also the same as me. That's just like, that's the same as, that's like saying I go to an EMDR therapist, or I go to but he would say it's psychodynamic. That's like a type of therapy, but
that is, my mind is blown.
Yeah. There you go.
It would be like if in the like nursing community, if male nurse called it like something like agro nurse.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked it up, so I wanted to see if there was anything that said like any differentiation. A therapist is a broad, non-specific term for any professional licensed to treat physical or mental conditions, while a psychotherapist is specified type of mental health professional focused on treating emotional, behavioral, or mental health issues through talk therapy. Yeah, same as me. A therapist is a broad term, so it could be a physical therapist, a speech therapist, oh my God, whatever. Yeah.
But then you are a psychotherapist.
Yes, correct.
You got to start saying it. Yeah. I'm sorry, but you could make more money.
I'm a psychotherapist. Yeah.
That is fucked up.
I know. All it is, and it once you hear it, all listeners, that men call themselves this, and women will call themselves marriage and family therapist, or you'll notice it everywhere.
Oh my God. Thanks for exposing. Where's the whistle?
We see you.
We see you.
Psychotherapists.
Which are just
oh my God.
All right. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.